in CDs. I don't know. I haven't been able to find out, even though I'm on city council. So I just want to remind people that in the past 4 years, we've spent roughly $1.5 million in our general budget, more than we've brought in. So I just wanted to let you know about that, and if you're interested, kind of keep an eye on it, and if you're not interested, then that's okay too. Thank you.
Mr. DeVito.
I had a direct questions to the finance director.
Yes.
Is it not true that we've been in the black all those years?
I cannot speak for those back in 2008 and so forth, but for last year, yes, we were in the black. And I think that, and of course I don't have the copy of the budget with me because it was just placed on the agenda at the first of this meeting, but I believe that we would have significant problems with the legislative audit and the mayors during those periods of time, and possibly the council members would have been called to Little Rock to explain what these deficits were involving and why they came about like that. Now, according to my records, last year, 2011, yes, we were in the black. Have we cashed in any CDs? Not to my knowledge. Since I've had any knowledge of any CDs being cashed, of course, there hasn't been any. Of course, everyone knows that interest rates are very, very low, and we bid every certificate of deposit when it comes due, and we take typically the highest bidder if they meet the specifications of the bid. So.
Mr. Ferguson.
It's my understanding too that we're required by law to have a balanced budget. We can't have a deficit spending.
Absolutely, that's exactly right.
So when being said there were 400,000, we spent more than 400,000 in our revenues. What exactly do you think that means? I mean, I'm like you. I hadn't seen this. It was sprung on us at the spur of the moment. So
well,
I didn't bring my information with me.
I just am saying that if there was deficit spending to that extent, or to any extent at all, that's when the Legislative Audit Committee, a committee of the legislature, would call the mayors during those periods of time, the finance directors, and maybe council members to explain and what had occurred and how they planned to correct it and what they were going to do. I mean, these people that at legislative audit, they're real efficient in what they do, and they know the law. And so when they come up here and audit this city, I mean, it's not something that's just a signature type thing and it's gone. I mean, it's significant, and they go through lots of records, and they carried records. They take most of the records with them now to their office in Harrison and do a lot of the work instead of doing it here on site. So they've had the records. They know what they're doing.
Ms. Lindbergh.
Do you have any idea what we have in reserves?
It's difficult for me to say exactly in reserves. I know that we have in our total bank accounts, not including the CDs, at the end of November, like I gave you that sheet today, there's over $4 million in
but that's not reserves, right?
And that's the bank. Well, I'm just telling you all the bank accounts.
Right. So that's working accounts. So that's money that's going.
Well, some of those are reserve accounts.
All right. Well, could you? Can you? I know you gave me a list before, but I'd like a current list, if you could, of what we've got in reserves, and for you to point out on here for me. I guess I'll come in and see you. What things are in our reserves? Okay.
That'll be fine.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Ms. Bounce.
This document I'm holding in my hands is the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas Regulatory Basis Financial Statement and other reports from the Legislative Joint Auditing Committee. I'm a little confused. Are you saying that this information in here is not factual?
I can't address it because I don't have a copy of it, and I didn't have any previous notice to. I have a copy of it in my office, but I don't. It's factual, but I don't think that it's being interpreted properly or something.
Okay, so it's probably factual if it's in here. And I received this, it was sent on October 16th, and I received it shortly thereafter. Let's take 2011, for instance. For the general fund only, our total revenues were $2,305,753. Our total expenditures were $2,707,162. That means that our expenditures exceeded our revenues by $401,409. We had to make up that difference somewhere. Where did that $401,409 come from? Did we grow it on a tree?
There's obviously been some reclassifications or something, either in expenses or in revenues that's caused that, because that's not what the books say.
Well, my question is, in the general fund, only in the general fund, if we brought in 2,300 and we spent, if we brought in 2,300,000 and we spent 2,700,000, where do we get that extra money to put in there to make that balance budget, make that budget balance? Our anticipated, every year we have anticipated revenues. The general budget, we anticipate we're going to get this much. We anticipate we're going to spend that much. Okay, last year we anticipated we were going to get, well, we actually got $2,300,000, and we spent $2,700,000. Where do we get the money to put that in there to make it?
I anticipate that what that difference is there were probably grants that were received by the city that were not classified as income, and there were expenses that were paid out that some of those grants paid for that were not classified as going against the grant. And that's, I think, probably what has happened, and because the grants are not treated as, operating revenue of the city, so to speak. Okay? So there's not a shortage, because what has happened is a reclassification of either income from one area to another or expenses from one area to another. So,
thank you.
Any further on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I borrow that for a moment?
Certainly.
Lonnie, I think one of the main parts when we look at this audit, when we look into here, we've got a lot of this is boilerplate, and then a lot of this is the financial bookkeeping, profit and loss, like a normal business.
right.
But under the compliance and other matters, where it says other issues, it says the following issues are not significant deficiencies. The city is responsible to finding identified and are described above. We did not audit the city's response, and accordingly we expressed no opinion on it. But following issues are not significant deficiencies, material weakness or material instance of non-compliance, but are issues that are presented to assist the efficiency of the city.
Right.
And then it goes on and it says we've reviewed our audit procedures indicate the office of the mayor, city clerk, court, police department, historic district commission, parks and recreation, cemetery commission, finance director, city advertising, and promotion were in substantial compliance with Arkansas fiscal and financial laws. What exactly does that mean?
That means that we did everything substantially like we were supposed to, and there was not deficiencies that violated state law, because there were no deficiencies.
Thank you.
Any further on it? Not with Ms. Bellins.
We do note in note 9, federal funds program compliance. We find incompatible duties exist in various accounting transaction cycles. The next finding, controls are not in place to ensure journal entries are reviewed or approved by someone with accounting knowledge before they are recorded. The next one, we find controls are not in place to ensure all entries are recorded to reflect accrual basis of accounting, or to ensure that transactions are recorded completely and accurately in the financial statements. We find controls are not in place to ensure city is in compliance with debt covenants. And we find adequate information technology controls are not in place. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Nothing else moves us on to agenda setting.
No.
Motion to discuss in a second is what I need. Then we can close it out if there is none.
So moved.
Second.
Any floor is open. All right. If nothing to discuss, we'll move on to council comments. Ms. Lindblad.
Well, I'd like to start out with a question for you, and that is when we have 2 CDs that are coming due this month, and there's supposed to be a public bid opening at your office, so I wanted to know what the time and date was for those.
17th. As of right now, we don't have any bids.
Yes,
Oh,
you
we do have
two.
one. Okay. All right. Yes, those are the dates.
But
17th at 11 o'clock.
December 17th at 11 o'clock in your office?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'd like to say that it's been an honor to serve the city of Eureka Springs. I appreciate everyone that voted for me in the last election. I wish the next council good luck, and that's all. A Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays, whichever holiday you're celebrating.
Mr. Berry.
I'd just like to thank the citizens of this city for the opportunity to serve and for representing them. And we'll have to say that it's been an interesting term of office, to say the least. And wish good luck to the new coming city council and to the mayor for the following term.
Mr. DeVito.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not as discreet as Mr. Berry. I've served on council a few times. I must say this is the first time I've served on council where half the council is suing me. I would like to think if we could take anything away from the last 2 years, it's an understanding of how government works. And one of the lawsuits I'm involved in stems from calling a special meeting, waiving bidding, and appropriating funds for purchasing parking meters. That's the very same procedure that we went through when the auditorium experienced a loss of their heating and cooling facilities. We had a special meeting, we waived the bidding, we appropriated the money to purchase a new heat pump. I would wish that the people, because it is not a single person that's suing me, it's a group of people on both issues. And I would like to address that to that group of people, and I would encourage them to work hard to get their representatives elected to council to do their bidding. Because when you sue the council, you send a chilling message to those good citizens who might want to participate in the democratic process. And once again, we had 2 uncontested seats in this election. And I think it's an unfortunate legacy that's been left in the community that if you're going to serve on council, you're going to risk being sued. And I could never sue anybody sitting at this table. I would work hard to get people of like mind elected to reflect what I feel is my sentiment, and let the chips fall as they may, because this really doesn't do justice to the democratic process. It's taking a sledgehammer to government, and I feel it sends a chilling message to the good people in this community who would be willing to serve. So if we've learned anything from the last 2 years, let's just say that we're all guilty of these supposed crimes that we're being sued over. So let's just let the process work out. If we don't feel that these people represent us, then let's work hard to get like-minded people elected to represent us. I think that's the way the process works, and I would like to see some of the hostility when it comes to politics in this community diminish somewhat. I'm more than willing to compromise and reach across the aisle to work with people. I just feel that lawsuits, unfortunately, have become an epidemic in this country, and I'd like to see a better day for Eureka Springs. I mean, we've got a lot of great things in this community and a lot of things to be proud of. Unfortunately, the bare-knuckled politics that we have in this community cast the pall on people wanting to participate. So I ask those people to please use the democratic process in the way it was intended. I'm grateful for what we've been able to get accomplished. I look forward to the new year. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and the future looks pretty bright for us.
Thanks, sir. Ms. Bounce?
It's been interesting. I've learned a lot. I anticipate continuing watching city politics, and if I feel another lawsuit is appropriate, I'll put my money where my mouth is and bring it. Happy holidays, good night, and good luck.
Mr. Raphael?
It's been interesting. Happy holidays.
Okay. Basically, all I'd like to say is thank you very much to all the council members that have been on for the last 2 years, and that's from the first seated ones to the ones that are currently here now. Appreciate your work and your devotion to the council and the city. Merry Christmas to everyone, and happy holidays. Have a safe one. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Adjourn.
Look, let me read the events real quick. There's only 6 of them.
Go for it.
December the 12th, Historical Museum Open House, 2 to 4 p.m. December the 13th, Eureka Spring High School Christmas Program, 7 to 8:30 p.m. December the 15th, the 9th Annual Christmas Concert, John Two Hawks. Photos with Santa in Basin Park from 2 to 5 p.m. December the 18th, Eureka Springs Elementary School Program, 7 o'clock at the auditorium. December the 21st, Jazz Funeral at 4 o'clock. December 24th and 25th, City Office will be closed. January the 1st, City Office will be closed. Thank you very much. Have a good holiday.
Move to adjourn.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Ian. Then it needs to be redone.